Greetings, detectives, and welcome to Boiler Room Detective. The case of the tripped pressure control. There's something wrong with my boiler. It won't stay on, the caller said. After introducing himself, he found my contact information on one of the brewer's sites. What's tripping the boiler, I asked. The limit control and the safety valve sometimes, he said in an exasperated voice. What pressure are you running, I asked. 15 psi, the owner said. That's too high, I said. The person who sold me the equipment said it has to be that high, the man argued. The operating pressure is too close to the limit control and the pop safety relief valve pressure. There should be a 3 to 4 psi difference between the operating pressure and the limit control. I suggest setting the operating control for between 11 and 13 psi and the limit control for 15 psi, I urged. Will that be high enough, the customer asked. I think you will find it works much better, I informed him. A few days later, I received an email from the brewer thanking me. He said his boiler ran great and noticed no difference in the brew times. Many brewers and distillers are told to operate their steam boiler at 15 psi, which could be problematic. Commercial steam boilers have 3 ways to control the steam pressure inside a boiler. The pop safety valve is the last line of defense for a runaway steam boiler. On a low-pressure steam boiler, the safety valve is set for 15 psi. If the internal pressure reaches the set point of the pop safety valve, 15 psi, the pop safety valve snaps open and all the steam inside the boiler is released in an instant. The next safety control is the limit pressure control. This is typically set for 15 psi also. If the internal steam boiler pressure reaches the set point, 15 psi, of this control, the control will shut off power to the burner. The burner will not restart until the steam pressure drops below the set point of the control and the manual reset button is pushed. This control has a manual reset feature to let you know something happened with the operating pressure control and didn't shut off the boiler at the lower steam pressure. The operating pressure control is set for the steam pressure you want to maintain in the boiler. In a brewery boiler, I like to set this to operate between 11 and 13 psi. The boiler will operate between 11 and 13 psi during a call for steam. If this control is set too close to the setting of the limit control, the boiler pressure could creep up and shut off the boiler, requiring a manual reset. The other thing is the steam pressure could be too close to the setting of the pop safety valve. The valve could open and lose all the steam. This recommended steam pressure is for a brewery or distillery boiler. On a space heating boiler, I like to set the boiler to operate between 2 and 3 psi. Another consideration with steam boilers is that when the boiler shuts off, the boiler will continue to generate steam until the hot surfaces inside the boiler cool. If the system has valves on the steam piping that close immediately, the steam pressure inside the boiler will rise. If you would like to contact me, I have my contact information below. This includes my cell and the 2 websites that I publish. This is all the books I've written so far. I have 11 books on boilers, and they are available on Amazon.com. I write articles for several trade publications, and they are online as well. Thanks for stopping by Boiler Room Detective, and I hope to see you on the next case.